So let's go back to prison, the Woodburn Correctional Facility, and let's find out how we created a shared vision for Macbeth. It's opening night. Well, actually, it's opening afternoon of Macbeth. It's the end of the play, and Macduff seeks revenge on Macbeth for killing his family. It's good versus evil. The script calls for them to fight with swords, but since weapons were not allowed in prison, I had to invent another way for them to fight without weapons. So their right arm becomes their sword, and their left arm is their shield, like this. They exchange a few blows back and forth, and then Tefari, our 6'4" Macbeth, he gets ready for the kill. Looking at the short, stocky, muscular D, he says, "Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that cries hold enough." And then they just go for it. I mean, really go for it. In rehearsal, we kept saying, slow down, kind of hold back a little bit. And someone's going to get hurt, just hold back. But we thought, if we thought they were going fast in rehearsal, that was nothing. Adrenaline kicked in, this is opening day, and Tefari and Dee are going really fast. And the faster they move, the happier they are. And the happier they are, the wilder they are. They were in their choreography 1 minute and out of it another one. No one else could tell, but I could see it in their eyes. They had this wild-eyed look like saying, what the hell is supposed to happen next? But the show must go on, and so did Tefari and Dee, until finally, thank God, the choreography they'd practiced for weeks and weeks stopped. But they didn't. They started improvising, making stuff up, one blow after another, until finally stocky little Macduff, he picks up giant Macbeth and it literally throws him off the stage. Bam! Yup. Dee picked Tefari up and he tossed him off the stage. The entire audience of inmates, they gasped in unison. And correctional officials, they stifled their screams. They all held their breath as everyone stared at Tefari lying in a heap in front of the stage. It got real quiet. And as Tefari lays motionless on the floor in front of the stage, I'm thinking, Dee killed Tefari in a fight I choreographed, and I'll never leave here. They'll convict me of manslaughter and lock me in a cell with some bad man who hates Shakespeare. And then Tefari, he popped up in one piece, and he runs up the aisle happy as a lark. The audience goes berserk, and it just stands up, cheers and applause. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is what a fight is supposed to look like. This is something I rarely see in the theater when I'm working with big stars. And I know what you're probably thinking. These were violent men in a violent place doing what got them there in the first place. But you know what? For a moment, I got scared watching their fight and did feel that maybe things had gotten out of hand. And in a moment of panic, I forgot that I had given them skills for them to work together and collaborate. They had indeed gotten the skills that I armed them with to collaborate and listen to one another. In retrospect, they were never in danger, never. They were in control, using the skills I'd taught them, collaborating silently with a shared vision, a shared vocabulary, and a shared level of trust. Now, when we started rehearsing, the director talked about his vision for the play. I threw in my ideas, and we brainstormed with all the guys. We threw out as many ideas as possible and decided which ones would work and which ones didn't. And then we built a vision for the battles that excited all of them. They knew exactly where they were going to go and what they needed to do to get there. So even though we built two different armies, Macbeth's army and Macduff's army, they fought one battle together. The guys were telling a clear story. Yes, at times improvising that story, but they could never have done that without these skills. So how will you react when collaboration gets messy? Are you going to walk away and say it's a waste of time? Or are you going to dig deeper to create something extraordinary? And even when the process of collaboration is right, you and your coworkers may still fight, but instead of fighting against each other, you'll fight with each other, because you'll have a powerful combination that'll knock down anything that gets in your way. You'll have a shared vision, a shared vocabulary, and a shared level of trust.